Justin, thanks for doing this today, sharing part of your story with us. Why don't we begin by you telling a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Justin Falk. I'm originally from Snowflake, Manitoba, about 50 minutes west of here, south of Lariviere. Grew up on a farm there with my family and spent my life growing up in Crystal City, Pilot Mound area. Throughout the journey of professional hockey, I've spent my off seasons in Winnipeg here for the first 4 years, and now in Winkler the last 5 years. Been married to my wife Carissa for 10 years this coming summer, and we have 3 kids, Presley, Nixon, and Blakely. Our daughter, oldest, will be 6 soon, and then Nixon 3.5, and our daughter 1.5. So crazy busy household.
It is. That would be a busy household
Yeah.
then. You've had a bit of a journey with a hockey career.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's been an adventure, a good adventure, a lot of great moments and a lot of trials and stuff to grow in. I started playing junior hockey in Swan River for a year and turned out playing in the Western League for a few years, and then turned pro when I was 20 and played 11 years of professional hockey all over the country and the world, and a lot of unique different places to live in throughout that journey.
Yeah. Did you end up playing overseas at all?
No, I never did the overseas. I think we kind of made the call as a family that we would draw the line there and settle our roots back home here and start living life here in Winkler full time.
What would have been the challenges for you in terms of just trying to follow Jesus? And then, I mean, for you, hockey wasn't just a hobby or exercise. I mean, it was kind of a career, right? So what have been the challenges there of trying to combine those two?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge throughout my career was understanding that God was in control at all times and accepting his control. You know, when you invest so much blood, sweat, and tears into what started as a sport and a passion that turns into a job and a career and a way of providing for your family, that ultimately God is in control of where you're going to be at any given moment. And we lived a career of maybe not a pile of stability, both job-wise and career-wise, as far as being uprooted fairly often as a family. So that was probably the biggest thing, was accepting God's control throughout that, and that he had us at that specific place at that specific time for a reason, and trusting in him and believing in that process and making the most out of it.
Right. I mean, just because you would have had to move numerous times for all that.
Yeah, numerous times of moving and uprooting, and they never seem to come at the best moments. Either having your kids or trade deadlines or injuries and stuff like that. So with all the great moments and good moments that you see in the sporting world, there's the other side of it as well. So
yeah. So flip side, I mean, there's been obviously tremendous opportunity, not only the opportunity just to play hockey professionally, but the opportunity to impact others for the kingdom through playing hockey. What does that look like for you?
You know, you understand really that the kingdom is everywhere and that the church is everywhere and that you get opportunities to show Jesus to your teammates. And the hockey world is a unique world that everywhere you go, you're given a group of brothers in sports to bond with, and that these are who you have to ultimately try to win hockey games. And as you love these guys and show them love and go to war with them on the ice, they get a chance to see you care for them and care for others and see Jesus in you. And I think that was the unique opportunity, is that understanding that God had you go from this team and, okay, now you've grown your relationships here, now I want you to move and go here. And I want you to establish relationships here and show these people what Jesus is about and how Jesus is in you. So that was the exciting part of it all, is having those opportunities to grow those relationships and unique relationships that I still keep today. So.
And I guess one of the challenges then is, because you've had to kind of move to different locations, different teams, you don't always get the chance to actually build trust in those relationships to as much as you'd want, or the length, right? You have to leave people behind.
Yeah, you're never certain how long you're going to be at one place, but you make the most of that time. And I've always enjoyed connecting with people and the relationship side of it. So as you love people and be around people, then then you hope that they see Jesus in you. And as much as you want to gain that trust, and over time, hopefully be able to spark some questions into why am I a man of faith? Why do you wear an I am second wristband? Or different things that kind of can trigger conversation to hopefully get people to kind of ask, why is he different in a good way?
Yeah, that's good. It sounds like you had been involved with kind of the chapels then on the teams. What would
Yeah,
that
I
look
was
like?
kind of the coordinator of the program, Hockey Ministries International. They provide chaplains for every team, and from junior hockey all the way up to the NHL. So I was kind of always the front runner in coordinating it with the player standpoint and connecting with each chaplain. So I've always tried to orchestrate those in areas that can hopefully spark interest of other players. We like to do them in the lunchrooms or in visual settings where there's a lot of passing traffic, so that that can be a way of showing people that there's this going on there too, and hopefully gauge some interest. But very thankful and grateful for the chapel program being a part of the hockey world.
You've kind of carried that here with the Winkler Flyers. You're kind of chaplain there. What's that experience been like for you?
I've been involved with the Flyers for off and on for a handful of years when I come home for all-star breaks or stuff like that to spend some time and keep skating. And so this year I was kind of involved helping out with the coaching aspect, and I thought I wanted to keep the chapel program alive. And I thought it was a unique opportunity because from the hockey aspect, these kids are very eager to listen and to learn from somebody with experience. So I thought, well, how unique of an opportunity is it here that I can connect this hockey and skill development area to sliding in some information about Jesus and your relationship you can have with him. So that was very exciting to kind of get my feet wet in that position. That's something totally new and hoping to kind of grow with. But unique opportunities, like you said, you never know when God will put that on your heart. And I remember sitting over there in church one service and thought, well, maybe I should grab the reins as opposed to letting that program kind of fall to the wayside. So we hopped on that with the help of my wife, and in different events we put on and connect with these guys and tell them about Jesus.
Wow, thanks, Justin. That's great. I mean, that's just a great opportunity to impact, right, kids, and in so many different areas of life. I know we've kind of had Winkler Flyer billets in our home, and it's just an opportunity to see them journey in that unique stage of life too. So that's good. What would you say to encourage other WNBCers that are involved in sports and looking to make an impact in other people's lives for the kingdom? What would you say to encourage them?
Sports is about growing people and growing character. And yeah, you can get caught up in the competitive side of it. We're all competitive and want to win and all that, but how can we make people better human beings that love and care for each other? So that is the unique opportunity with sports and people that are involved, like, to love people and to show Jesus and how you treat others and amidst all the competition. So that's kind of the unique thing, like I said, with sports, is that it's how you can care for people and love each other would be the main thing.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to do this, Justin, and for sharing part of your story, and really for trying to impact others for the kingdom through hockey and through sports. I know your small group was involved in getting the outdoor rink up and on our yard here this winter as well. So we thank you for that and for being part of our church community here at WBC.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks.